Hello and welcome to today's daily tarot reading for Monday, August 16th. Let's go ahead and draw some cards. It is already all shuffled up, but let's flip this one around. Okay, so you can go ahead and pick what card is speaking to you. Skip to that in the timestamps, or you can watch all of them, and I'll do a summary of these at the end as well. See you soon. And as always, you can look at the cards and see what speaks to you in the imagery first. And the message that's speaking to me may not be the one that's speaking to you, so make sure you're listening to that inner voice. Okay, if you chose this left card, you can see what speaks to you in the imagery first. If you want to pause the video now. We have Final Judgment reversed. We had this last week too, which is wild. I don't remember if it was upright or not. And so this figure up here is kind of a little bit tricky to get a gauge on. But we have an angel here, and we have our dead rising up over. So judgment is around higher calling generally. So if this is reversed, you may be getting a higher calling and rejecting it, or there may be a sort of calling that maybe you've been feeling a little bit skeptical about. You're not sure if it's your true calling today, and so maybe asking you to let go of that. But what I'm seeing in the imagery here that's speaking to me from the card is that this almost feels like the globe. We can see this earth here looks like it could be the bottom of a globe, and we have these dead figures and things, and we have our angel who's floating here. So for me, it feels like today is the day to release these dead bodies from your being, from your judgments and the way that you're seeing the world. So I think that there may be some beliefs that have been sticking around that today you may have the opportunity to let go of. So that's the interpretation I'm getting from that card. Okay, now if you chose the middle card, that's the one we're going to do next. And so we have got the Six of Wands reversed. And this is pretty different from the usual imagery for Six of Wands. Usually we have a person on a horseback with troops surrounding them. And here we have this person, Uchosi, who's sort of a hunter god. And they're there and they've got their kill. And they're leaving the forest, it looks like. And that is reversed. So what I'm seeing here is it sort of is looking like this walking is happening out of solid ground and into this spaciousness that does not have any solidity to it going. So it is Monday, so I feel like this is a good check-in day to just make sure all the work that you're putting in during the week is taking you in the direction that you want to be going. Sometimes we have plans for what we need to do on a daily basis in order to get to and achieve the goals that we want. But if you have the time today, checking in and seeing whether that's really happening, because you should be seeing results even if they're not huge. You should be seeing and inching yourself towards your goals. So having this success with you today, seeing if the steps that you're taking, maybe you're already there, maybe you've already made it to the success in your mind, but is what you're doing in reality really getting you there? A big part of affirmations is seeing the success and feeling that, but you still got to verify that with your movement in the real world. So, not a big deal, but just verify what you're doing today is getting you towards what you want and what you want to be doing. Okay, last card we have here, if you chose this one, We have the Five of Wands going on, so you can see what speaks to you in the imagery if you want to pause it. We've got a conflict going on in the front with this guy with the stick. Looks like he's attacking these three guys, and then we have someone chilling in the back who sort of has their hand rested on their cheek. It looks like they're throwing up and down a ball or something like that. Can you see that? A green ball in the back there. Okay, so generally the Five of Wands is a bunch of people fighting each other with sticks, and sort of like trivial conflict going on. But yeah, here it's a lot more directed. It's not everybody. This guy's relaxing in the back, I see right now. He's got looks like a coconut fell down and he's got it. He's tossing it around. And this is related to another card in this deck where this guy in the back is beating this guy. And so now this guy is beating these people and this guy is sort of hanging back. So the messaging that I'm getting from this card is that maybe there was a job or a passion that you didn't fulfill, that you didn't go after, and there may be consequences of that. So you may feel maybe sort of relaxed today, but there may have been a job or something you didn't complete, and that's now impacting other people who don't really deserve to be getting smacked around. And so it may be important for you to go back and finish something that you had started so that you're not causing problems for other people, because if this guy just beats them and they see this person has just been chilling the whole time, they're gonna come back around probably and come for this person in the back and be like, hey, why didn't you help us out? And then start beating him up, you know? So you may have an opportunity to sit and watch some conflict happen, or you may have the opportunity to get involved with it, and you may want to chill, and I totally get that. But if you do decide to do that, just realize that by allowing this sort of conflict to happen, you may be sort of setting yourself up to be knocked on by it later, you know? Okay, so now let's look at all the cards combined together. We have Judgment on the left reversed. We have Six of Wands reversed. And we have the Five of Wands upright. Okay, so with Judgment reversed, we may have that there's a higher calling that maybe you're not listening to or not noticing today. This Six of Wands to me was sort of feeling like you may have had this victory or have a goal in mind, but you may not be completely sure about the way that you're walking and how you're gonna actually get there and achieve that. So maybe checking in with where you're going and how you're getting there today. And then this last one here, the Five of Wands, sort of being around consequences, karma, and seeing all of that happen. So all of this together feels like a stereotypical Monday, sort of questioning about judgment, questioning about, am I doing the right thing? Am I going the right place? Having conflict going on around and not being sure if you can get involved with it. So it could just be a whole bunch of sensory overload going on today. But I think in this card is central. So I think that message may be central today, is that there may be conflict going on that maybe you had something to do with. There may be dead falling out of the sky, angels around, but I think you know where it is you're going and where you want to get to. But I think the most productive thing, it feels like, for today that you can do is to check in and see if these steps that you're taking, look down, see, maybe the eyes are closed, so maybe this person is on solid ground, but they're just not seeing that. So look down, see if the steps that you're taking are getting you to where you need to go, and if they are, then that's great, and if they aren't, that's great too, because you just saved yourself a whole lot of pointless walking around. So I hope you have a great Monday, that this has worked with you, and if these messages did not resonate with you, but you got some other messages from these cards, please let us know below. It'd be cool to get your messages too. All right, talk to you around. Bye.